Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those returning subscribers, karibuni. For the new subscribers, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video and let's get right to it.
PT, two-time baby girl, you know me. Who am I? All the niggas round me, ride or they die.
Okay, so guys, this video today we're going to do our story time. This story time is dated back to my high school days. I was in high school a long time ago. So this was back in 2014. Yes, when I was in Form 2. So guys, you see how when you're a teenager, especially the girls, I know a lot of you can what's the word? I don't know if it's resonate with me, but I know you get what I mean. We used to have this thing where you'd say, oh, by the time I'm this age, I want to do this, I want to do that. So one of the stupidest, dumbest things that was in my bucket list back then was that I wanted to have broken my virginity by the time I was 16. Coming out of my mouth, that just sounds so cringe. But anyway, so Makio, during when I was in high school, it was so strict for me because like even me just having that like extra social life was difficult. Why? Because you see, in our school, first of all, we never had midterms. We would get to school, if that was in January, we would go back in April. Then April we go for like a short holiday, 2 weeks, at most 3 weeks, and then we are back until for the second term until August, and also respectively for the third term. So I never had so many friends when I was at home, because even while we'd come home, we'd still have tuition. So I didn't have like a social life, let me put it like that. So people would be like, they come to school when you're having your stories or how your holiday was, and people like, oh, I spent it with my boyfriend, oh, we did this with my boyfriend, we went here, we went there. So the thing for me about like being in a relationship back then was, just having somebody who could like go to the movies. But that time, was the movies even there? Yeah, it was, but it was not like as popular. So maybe I'd say maybe we'd go like, as in just go out, just go out and then come and also share my stories of how my holiday was with my boyfriend. So where see, this thing called peer pressure is real. Like, anyway, so I come home. I know when I'd get from school, my parents would come and pick us from town, because we would be picked up by Easy Coach from school, and then get to Nairobi. My parents would be waiting, so we get straight home, and then you're free for that weekend. And then not actually the weekend, it's like the week after you're free, then the following week you're on tuition. So like the only friend I had even back home was the one like I had from church. And let me tell you, our church was where, you see, from our balcony we could literally see the church. Like, I could stand at the balcony and we're seeing people coming into the church. We could see cars coming into the church. So like that's how close church was for us. So here was this one holiday, and I even informed? I don't even think I was informed too. Was I informed too? I think I was informed too. Yeah, must have been informed too. So, like, I think so. What I would use, and then we never had a help. So, like, I'd get that extra time of because I knew my parents would. They normally got home by. My mom would get home by 4:35. So, if I needed to do any shenanigans, that I had a time window, and I had to make sure by 4 sharp I was in the house. And then if I had worn anything, like I was looking like I was from outside, I make sure I come back where the clothes I was wearing on the previous day, or I just make sure that I'm looking all shabby, so that she doesn't ask me like, oh, where were you today? She doesn't get suspicious. So during those times of my escapades, my adventures, I got to meet this chick, and our estate was like, I used to live in, for those that know Garden Estate in Thika Road. Garden Estate is very huge because it's new Garden Estate, there's old Garden Estate. So like you would walk and you just don't reach the end because you would keep walking, you find yourself you're in Tome phase 5 or another phase. So um so this friend of mine that I used to go meet, it was a she. I don't remember her name though, but she was this she was, I don't know, let me there was just something about her. She was carefree, let me put it like that. She was carefree. So we used to meet every time I go home. I used to go to her place, and then we like spend the afternoon, and then I go back home. So this time she was like, to take me go and meet my boyfriend. So I'm like, oh, okay. Her boyfriend was in USIU. So from where we were, it was still a walking distance from the estate. Because like I said, we would walk. So you would find yourself, you've used those shortcuts, and then you find yourself like in USIU. Like it wasn't even far. I think if we were walking, probably by 7 to 10 minutes, we'd find ourselves in USIU. So her boyfriend comes with his friends, and now this is where I meet my first boyfriend. Like that time. So as you know, he was in campus already. So we get to know each other. Days go by. Also, of course, we exchange numbers. We are there communicating on the phone every single day. So every day whenever he doesn't have classes, I would go meet him up and spend time with him. But it was not any, like, there was no doing anything that we were not supposed to be doing. Let me put it like that. Like it was just spending time and just listening to music. Nothing much. Then, so that holiday passed. I went back to school. I was excited. Now I have stories. Now I can be like my other friends. When I come to school, I have stories of, oh, I spent time with my boyfriend. I have a boyfriend. And then that time, like it was also a thing. Let me say that it was a thing. If you're like dating somebody also who was like older than you and like classes ahead of you, get. So especially if you are dating somebody in campus, like, let me just tell you, like that was an in thing. Let me put it like that. It was an in thing. So that holiday passed, went back to school, blah blah blah. Holiday came, but now the pressure is getting worse. The pressure is getting worse because now people are like, oh, I broke my virginity. Oh, and I'm like, okay. So Sharon, we're gonna do this, And let me tell you, oh my goodness, you guys, peer pressure it's the worst. It's the worst. Like I'm just, I think my older self would tell my younger self that, like, she was perfect the way she was. She didn't need to impress her friends or make those mistakes just so that she could fit in and seem like she was also um you know, I don't know. She was cool. Let me put it like that. She was cool. But I mean, like, anyway, anyway. So, I go back home, and now this time, I'm feeling this pressure that yo, okay, this guy was, he was. Let me just say, he was good in that. Even during the during the last holiday when I was home, like he didn't pressure me into us getting into that level, but he would ask and I'd be like, no, I'm not ready yet, and he'd be like, it's okay. So this time, your girl, yeah, this time your girl has been pressured. She's feeling the pressure, and she's like, no, this time, like, let's just rip the band-aid, let's just get over with this. And so the opportunity came, and this guy is like, oh, like, should we do this? And I'm like, I guess. And this was over the phone, right? So we made like a whole plan that I would go the following day. He's not going to go to class that day. I know. Then, let me tell you, I think it was just God. Not even I think, it was just God. So what happened was, there I was in the living room, and I was with my mom, and we were watching TV, yes, and like messages start coming in. Let me tell you one thing about my mother. My mother, right now, she is different. She is not the mother that she was. I think, like, she likes to say old age caught up to her, but she's not old. Let me tell you, she's not old. But this was the situation. My mom never knew boundaries. It was like, how old are you? You're not even 18. You are under 18. So in this house, there's nothing like boundaries. So when I tell you, like, our doors never used to have key locks, like, she took all the keys away. Like, even till today, that is the same thing she does. Like, she took all the keys away, and so of course there's no that privacy. And even with your phone, she'd be like at any time of the day, she'd just come and she's like, give me your phone, and you have to unlock it, and like, you cannot say no. Like, we were afraid of my mom. My mom went to NYS, so she had this, like, she was a no nonsense person when it came to punishments. Like, it felt like corporal punishments. Like, it was just the worst. People look at her right now and they're like, your mom seems so nice, and I'm like, you don't know what we went through. Like, for me to become this person, this outstanding citizen, you don't know what I went through. So, like, respect me. Hey. So my mom would be like, give me the phone. So that night, like, messages are coming in, and I don't want it to seem so awkward. Like, I just switch off the phone, or I stand up and I'm like going to take, like, I'm taking my phone to the bedroom, and then I go close the door. She'll be like, there's something fishy here. So what she did, she was like, hey, kwa nini usomi messages zinaingia? Kwa nini nini? I'm like, ati ni sawa tu, nitaangalia kesho. Yeah. My mom was like, si fungua tuzisome. Hey. I'm opening, and which name is coming? Okay, let me see. He was called Jesse. So Jesse, if you're seeing this video right now, I know by now you might be married. By now, you must be married. Anyway, so the first name I see, there, like the person who's been texting me is Jesse. And I'm like, what? My mom is not supposed to know I have a boyfriend. And worst of all, this boyfriend is in campus. So she takes the phone. No, I say, now here is where my rebelliousness comes in. And I'm like, no, I'm not giving you my phone. Yeah. And she's like, you're not giving me your phone? Can you give me your phone? Like, I'm not going to repeat it again. Give me your phone. Like, I just get chills remembering that night. So, long story short, after a long back and forth, she gets the phone. And what does she do? She reads the messages. And she discovers that we are planning on how this girl, this daughter of hers, is going to break her virginity. That was a long. Like, have you ever felt like time is not moving? Like, everything has come to a standstill. Nothing is. Let me tell you, that is how long that night was. Nikachapwa. I was beaten. Then my dad comes in, and my mom is like, hebu kuja uone kenye mtoto wako anafanya huku nje. And she reads the messages to him while I'm still standing there. She reads every single message. Oh, my dad was so pissed. He was so pissed. He was like, ingia kwa gari, tunaenda kwao. Like, what? Can you imagine? So here she is, my mom calling. She called him. So him thinking that it's me, he picked up. And mom is like, ati wewe ndio umeamua unataka kulala na watoto wadogo. Ati, I am coming for you right now. I am coming for you and I'm coming with police. He hangs up the phone, right? Oh my goodness. He hangs up the phone. And on hanging up the phone, my parents are like, ingia kwa gari, tunaenda. We drive to his place. Imagine. There I am in the back seat giving directions to my boyfriend's place. So we go, we get to the gate, and we are honking. And I think when my mom told him that we were coming, like, he made himself scarce. Like, he disappeared. He was not home. Luckily, the mom was also not home. He was, I think, because he used to live with his mom alone. So the mom was also not home. So, like, no one was opening the gate. But let me tell you, that was the longest night. I think my mom was like, I'm taking you to jail. I'm taking you to jail. Like, you cannot be out here. Because he's not there, you will go in his place. I'm taking you to prison. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is this? I started crying. Like, what is this? No, what is this? But anyway, long story short, we got home. My mom literally took the phone and slammed it against the wall, and it came crumbling down into pieces. So I have never had a phone. I never had a phone until I finished Form 4. And let me tell you, after that experience, like, where? No. I just said relationships. No, thank you. No, thank you. We're not doing this ever again. So that was my high school experience. Being in my first relationship in high school. And let me tell you, after that, I never ever got into another relationship until I was done with school. Like, I was saying, this thing is not for me. It's not for me. Like, where? No, it was a life-threatening situation at the moment. I felt like my whole world was ending. I know it's exaggerating, but that is how it felt as a young girl, as a 16-year-old. That is how it felt. My social life had been thrown to the dustbin. Like, never again. I'm like, this boys, this men, this species, no. They just cannot. They cannot do this to me. Hey, I was like, no, it's over. So yeah, so guys, I hope you enjoyed my little story time, and don't forget to share, to like, and to subscribe. And till next time, peace.